And so as a Christian, we have to be very careful. That was just a personal testimony of myself. I later on, once my dad died, I actually began to seek the Lord because I was like, Lord, I don't know, okay, because I graduated in general studies, not the original major that I intended for, but because I had completed so many credit hours, I was eligible to go ahead and earn a AS in general studies. And so before I re-enrolled or before I reapplied to the community college to get a degree in a more defined major, uh, I began to start going to our noonday prayer that we have at our church. And during my time of going there, I was like, I really began to be a little more careful. I learned to be more sensitive to the will of God, to what He would have me to do, what path He would have me to take career wise, in my personal life. That it taught me that to truly acknowledge Christ, acknowledge Jesus in all of my ways. And so I began to seek the Lord, and I was like, okay, because another major struck my interest, and I was like, okay, now Lord, if is this your will for my life? Is this what I should do? Should I put my hands to do this? Because I was like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to slip up. I don't want to waste time and money pertaining to college. And so as I continued on going to noonday prayer, I actually got a peace what I was talking to the Lord about. And so finally I went to the college, applied for the business program, did a change of major form, applied to the business program. And throughout the business program, it was just like, it was a breeze. I got an opportunity to do a kind of internship, got some experience under my belt. And I from that, I was like, okay, it is very essential, very important to seek Christ in everything that you put your hands to do. Because one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to go through life and you're never in the will of God. What you're doing is not even what the Lord has ordained for you to be doing. And so in that, I also I started learning, okay, Lord, now I really got to seek you in everything that I put my hands to do. The smallest, what may seem simple, like, no, I can figure that out on my own. But no, we need guidance from the Lord in everything that we do. Everything. The simplest of things, we need guidance from the Lord. And so throw one scripture at you. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, what I quoted. Verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And so it comes once you begin to really surrender to the will of God. It has to stem from a true trust in him. Because if you're not really entrusting the Lord with your life, you won't fully surrender, because you always feel like, I only trust you to an extent. I only trust you to carry me this far. But if you trust him with your whole life, everything, that's what I had to learn to do. Still learning to do. When it came even to that the college program, what I wanted to graduate with, the degree, I had to say, now Lord, I'm in your hands. I'm trusting you to guide my footsteps, to guide my hands, to lead me in the path that you would have for me to take. I had to really trust him, to trust in him with all my heart. And then another scripture, it says in the book of Psalms, chapter 16, verses 11, and it says, thou wilt show me the path of life, and thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. When you truly surrender, because sometimes we feel like we have to do it on our own, by ourselves. We feel like it's our self-will. You'll never be able to accomplish or to succeed how Christ wants you to succeed, or how Christ wants you to prosper in life, if you don't totally and fully surrender to Him. Because you always lean to your own understanding of doing things. You'll try to do it within your own power. You feel like you have to take things upon yourself and in order to accomplish them. And then the last scripture, Psalms chapter 143, verse 8. And this is what David said. He said, "Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. Let me be attentive. For in thee do I trust. Cause me to know thy way wherein I should walk. Not my own way, not in where I want to walk, but in the way that I should walk according to your will." He said, "For I lift up my soul unto thee." That was a surrender. So we have to learn fully surrender to Christ. Fully surrender. I had to fully surrender everything, because I felt like if I don't, I'm the type, whatever I put my hands to do, it bothers me if I don't finish it. So I felt like when I didn't complete the nursing program, I was like, okay, this is some unfinished business. I'm at a crossroads. I don't know what to do. And I did. I felt like, okay, I done failed because I didn't complete what I started my hands to do. I haven't even completed it. But you have to, that's the importance of knowing when you start out, you have to know that you're starting out in the will of God. Because I feel I'm the type, if I don't finish what I've set my hands to do, it disturbs me. And so the Lord had to give me a peace that it's okay. That's not what I had for you anyway. That's what you wanted. And so I allowed you to get involved in that just to show you. And now that I'm from the viewpoint now, just seeing the pressure and the stress that healthcare workers are under, and it's like triple overtime that they're having to put in due to what's going on within the earth, I see why. And because if you truly want to be, I'm one that I am very involved in church. I do not like missing church, period. I do not. And I can see if you're involved in the healthcare, the way that they have to put in work to care for patients, it causes them where they won't be able to, if they are in church, they won't be able to attend services as they would desire, I'd say. And I'm the type, if I miss church, it just don't sit well with me. It has to be a serious, basically life or death situation. I do not like missing church. But now that I see what's going on, I can see like, okay, and as involved in church as I am, I see why that path wouldn't have worked for me. And so it took time, because when I would be asked questions like, okay, so you're going back into the program, you gonna finish nursing school, and it used to be like, just putting like weight on top of weights on my shoulders whenever somebody would ask me that, because I was like, okay, now Lord, why they keep bringing this up? But it wasn't until the Lord gave me a true peace. So now if I'm asked that question, I can give the explanation. That wasn't the path that the Lord wanted me to be on. That wasn't the path that He called me to go into. Okay, so just remember that it's very important that we seek His will, not our own will, because our will can take us down a path of heartaches, heartbreaks, disappointments, frustrations, sleepless nights, tears shed, that isn't even necessary for us to do. But I am grateful for the experience, because I learned, and I'm yet learning. I gained a golden nugget. The scripture became real. I truly have to acknowledge Him in everything that I do. Okay, so that's sorry for the length of this video, but just to get that out there. Acknowledge Him in all of your ways, everything you set your hands to do. Okay, and so remember, never take His grace for granted. neither his mercy lightly. All right, y'all, we out. God bless. Have a blessed rest of your day.